All right, so for today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing how to create a new size of a component within the parameters that are already set up within that family. Um, so to do that, I'm going to go over here and click to insert a component. Right here, I've predetermined that I want to be doing this on a table. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this table down right in here. So as many of you know, when you are inserting a component, there tends to be several different choices of sizes that we can have for each component. This table has an option for the table to be 3 feet by 3 feet square. On top, you can have it 5 feet by 4 feet or 6 feet by just under 3 feet, 2.5 feet right there. And so what I'm going to show is how to change that to create a new size without having to recreate an entirely new family. So to show that, we're going to show how to make this table a little bit bigger. Say we're trying to make a table for a conference room, and it doesn't really matter what exactly that table looks like when you're looking at it in 3D view. It just needs to be bigger to be able to show how much space that table is going to take up and show that it can fit the amount of people you want to be able to fit in there. So in order to do that, we're going to click on our component, and we're actually going to double click on it so that it opens a new page with the family. So here we have this beautiful table. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and click this button of family types. So go ahead and click that. When you open that up, it shows all the parameters that they have set up based on the reference lines, etc., when this family was created. And so if we want to make something bigger, we're going to come up here and create a new type. We're going to go ahead and name it. Let's say this is going to be a big conference room table. So we'll name this one 12 feet by 4 feet. Go ahead and click OK. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave the height where it's at. That's a pretty standard height. And change the length over here to reflect what we showed up there, which is 12 feet. And then we're going to change the width to be 4 feet. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and click apply and then click OK. Now, as you can see, we have a significantly longer and a little bit wider table that we can be able to use to represent a conference room table. So once we're finished changing that size, creating that new size of table, we can go ahead and just click load into project and close. And then you're going to say, yes, I want to save changes and I want to replace the existing file so that it reflects that new size. And then it'll pop up and ask if you want to overwrite that version and say, yes, overwrite existing version. Okay, and now if we can go and click on our table here, go over to the properties, and you can select our new, much larger table. And as you can see, here we go. We have a much larger table. Awesome. Now, one thing to be a little bit cautious about when you're doing this is not all families are going to be easy to make changes like this in. And when those things happen, it's probably best to just go in and create your own family or find a different one online that you can use that will fit. And as an example to show that, I'm going to come over and try this other table that I found earlier. I was trying to test this with, and that is a round table right here. So we're going to just set that right in here and double click it to open up the family page. And so what I found with this table, when I thought, well, it'd be nice to have this table really tall, a little taller, so that you can be able to stand up and have it right at good arm's length and just be a nice way to utilize this table in a different way. So I came over here to change that, and we're going to go ahead and create a new one. Let's just say 36 inches diameter. And then let's say we want to make this 5 feet tall. So let's go ahead and put 5 feet tall, do the new name of mine. So go ahead and change that. And then we'll leave the radius where it is and change the height in here to be 5 feet like we mentioned there. And so what happened with this particular family when I went in and tried to change that is I get this really funky looking table. There's this revolution that created this family is not manipulated the way that we would have wanted it to be. So in order to change that, you'd have to go in and change up all the parameters and things. So just be aware that sometimes it's not going to work out exactly how you want it to do, but it's worth checking to see if it's possible to be able to make the changes that you want. So we're not going to save the changes because nobody wants a funny looking table like that. Anyhow, I hope this is helpful to you and hope you can use this as you continue to be a devoted Revit user.